How did Lewis Hamilton manage to beat Charles Leclerc in only his second qualifying for Ferrari? Let's find out. As you can see, both drivers have a top speed of 318 kph before turn 1 in China. And as you can see, Charles Leclerc has a much tighter line through turn 1 and 2. But then you can see Lewis Hamilton is preparing the exit out of the first corners, and at the exit of turn number 3 he is 11 kph up on Charles Leclerc already. So now on the straight until turn 6 he will gain lots of time, and you see that already at the end of the first sector. Lewis Hamilton is more than half a tenth up on Charles Leclerc after the first sector alone. Hamilton did a 24.261 while Charles Leclerc did a 24.322, and his top speed is again 1 kph up on Charles Leclerc. So let's check out the next corner. You can see Lewis Hamilton goes deep into the corner, but he keeps his minimum speed up. He is 4 kph up on Charles Leclerc despite doing a wider line through the corner, but does it affect him at the exit? So let's check this out. As you can see, at the exit of turn 6 he's still 1 kph up on Charles Leclerc. So despite having a much wider line through turn 6, maybe on purpose, he's still up a little bit. Also through the fast turn 7, now you can see Lewis Hamilton is 2 kph up. Charles Leclerc lifts a little bit more. So through turn 8 here, both very similar, but Lewis Hamilton has much higher speed before turn 9. Now he's 6 kph up on Charles Leclerc. As we come up to turn number 9 now, and this time Leclerc's minimum speed is again a little bit slower than Hamilton's with 1 kph, but he achieves it much earlier, so he can have a better exit out of the corner, as you can see now. Flat through turn 10, and then at the end of the second sector Leclerc's top speed is 1 kph up, so he gained a bit of time. But through turn 6 and the fast turn 7 he lost enough time to Lewis Hamilton, so he's again 0.135 seconds faster through the second sector, together almost 2 tenths after the first 2 sectors. And then at turn 11, Lewis Hamilton's minimum speed is 2 kph up on Charles Leclerc's at the apex, and he's already more on throttle than Charles Leclerc, so still gaining time on him here at the exit onto the long straight. And on the top right on Charles Leclerc's screen you can see he's getting a little bit of a slipstream from another car, so he's 1 kph up at the DRS activation line. So you must think now that he's gaining quite a lot of time, but the slipstream effect was very short, and so still the top speed at the end of the long straight before turn 14 of Lewis Hamilton is still 1 kph up with 336 on Charles Leclerc with 335. As we come up to turn 14, the hairpin now, and both have a similar line through the corner, but Lewis Hamilton's minimum speed just before the apex of the corner is 4 kph up on Charles Leclerc. So we already can say in the minimum speed corners Lewis Hamilton is really good, and more crucial, faster than Charles Leclerc. But at the final corner his minimum speed is 9 kph up on Hamilton's. He has an awesome run through the final corner and gains a lot of time, which he lost in the hairpin back, but at the end of the third sector he's still about 1/100th of a second slower than Lewis Hamilton, and that means in total Lewis Hamilton is about 2/10 faster than Charles Leclerc, which means sprint pole for Lewis Hamilton and only P4 in the sprint for Charles Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton also beat the track record held by Sebastian Vettel, so he's now the first driver beyond the 1 minute 31 seconds in qualifying. So yeah, as you saw, Lewis Hamilton gained most of the time in the slow speed corners, but also in the second sector in the fast left hand corner of turn 7 Leclerc was maybe a bit too cautious. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and then leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.